Hello everybody and welcome back. My name is Tatiana. I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator and welcome to my creativity time with Tatiana here on my Facebook page. I love to share projects that I create and share techniques and tips and tricks on paper crafting, particularly stamping and making cards. Today we will be using the Painted Poppies stamp set from the January to June mini catalogue 2020. Sorry, there's a lot of things to remember there. So let's head to the craft desk and get stamping. Brilliant. Fabulous. So here is the Painted Poppies stamp set and I've already done some die cutting. I am taking, hello Tanya, thank you for joining me. I've got a layout in mind which I've taken from a challenge which I found online, and I can't remember which challenge at this point in time. And so this is Whisper White, and I've used the coordinating die set to this stamp set. This is the Painted Labels dies, and I've used the big one to cut that out, and then I've used this lovely die to cut this scalloped edge, I guess you could say. And we're going to start stamping. I have a design in mind, and we're going to take this beautiful field of poppies and place it on here. And the color scheme is coming from another challenge whose name I also don't remember, which isn't very good of me, I know. Grabbing some scrap grid paper, and we're going to be using Stays On ink today because we're going to add some water washing colouring. And Stays On will not bleed. There you go. I'm going to ink this one up. For larger stamps, I often like to take the ink pad to the stamp, just simply because it's easier to see where it's covered in terms of ink. And I want this to come off the edge down the bottom, so I'm lowering it down a bit. Stamp. Perfect. Now Stays On ink is a permanent ink, so I highly recommend to use the Stays On cleaner and use it as soon as you're done. All you have to do is rub it on to the stamp and it releases the ink. Good morning, Megan, and hello, Elfie. Feeling slightly unorganized this morning, so bear with me, but I think you will enjoy the project. And while we're stamping, let's get some of the other elements stamped out. I've got the poppy, which I'm just stamping on regular Whisper White. Normally when you're watercoloring you do use thicker paper, but I don't want to put down too much color, so hopefully we shall be good. I'm not sure how many we want. Do that, and I did want the leaf. Ink, not an ink. Do need to mount that. And you may notice that I'm using scraps. These little strips are perfect for this these kind of moments, really, where you're using little elements that you're going to die cut anyway. Good evening from the UK, and hello Sue. So evening Jenny from the UK, and Sue, good morning to you too. And quick clean with the Stays On, because I don't want that to stain. It's not as bad on red rubber stamps, but definitely if the stamp was photopolymer, I would be quickly getting that off, but it will stain the photopolymer straight away. But it's a great ink to use. It's a very good dark black. It's a very black. And like I've already said, it means that it doesn't bleed. Now the color scheme I've taken from a challenge, and the challenge was pinks, reds, white and black. So I've got this lovely lipstick out, which is a great pink colour, and I wanted something a bit more reddy. What will go lovely with that? I'm going to try cherry cobbler, because I've never done that combination before. And there we go. So I've just put a little bit of ink onto the lid by squeezing, by pressing the ink pad into its lid, or actually it's pressing the lid into the base. And I've got my aqua painter here all filled with water, and I'm going to start with the lovely lipstick. I'd like a light wash, very loose and flowing kind of look. I'm not going for detailed accuracy. I want a very fun, flowing watercolor look, really. And I'm not squeezing the aqua painter. I'm simply picking up the color from the lid there and placing it down. So very simple and lovely lipstick. I swear it makes the most beautiful pink when you watercolor with it. Isn't it just soft and delicate? Now I'm going to grab some of the ink that I haven't quite added water to get it more concentrated, and add it to the base of each of those flowers, just to give tonal variation. And then we're going to do the same, and then the open flowers more in the center. We're going to do the same and add a bit of cherry cobbler as well. So that thicker, darker formula does stretch a lot further. Before I start using the cherry cobbler, I'm just going to grab chamois. Zoom in. Yep, sure, Tanya. No worries. Is that better? Now I'm going to dilute the cherry cobbler because it is quite a dark red. I don't want it too strong. I'm going to just use the very tip and add that in as well. Again, being very loose. Morning, Karen. Thank you for joining me. Hope everyone is well. It's humid here. I wasn't coping so well this morning, but I'll be right. So by adding a little bit of the cherry cobbler, it's just deepening the color, really. Oh, good. Yeah, always let me know if you need me to zoom and whatnot. Okay, oops, that's not my, I almost wiped my brush onto my stamp set. Hazard having them both in stamp cases. Let's go back to the lovely lipstick and do a faint wash over the flowers. Again, not being too accurate. I want that free-flowing look of watercolor. And because I'm not adding too much water, the fact that I'm using regular Whisper White isn't so bad. So I'm just getting more darker ink like I did with the Field of Poppies, and putting that into the middle there, and wipe. Yes, I agree. The rain has been nice, bit over it. Are you experiencing, is anyone experiencing flooding? We're lucky we haven't personally experienced any flooding, but I know that some of Port Macquarie has. And it's kind of scary to think just a few months ago we were experiencing extreme fires. So I hope everyone's safe and sound. The rain is good, and I don't mind it at night. I've got to say, it's quite nice to fall asleep to. I don't know if we're going to use all the flowers, but I thought it's easier to paint more than less. And I know that pink is not a traditional colour for leaves, but that's what I am going to do. So I'm just picking up some of the lovely lipstick and I'm going to wash the leaves. You might see I'm spreading, I'm doing that one a bit slow. I was pressing down with the brush just to get that ink spread across. Now, my plan is to enter this into some design challenges. Possibly 3, we'll see. We shall see. There we go. Let's pack this up. You're up high. If we flood here in Brisbane, oh, I'm just trying to read. If we flood here in Brisbane, would be a lot of trouble. You specifically or Brisbane specifically? Okay, now we need to just do a little bit more die cutting. So we don't have to, if you don't like fussy cutting, you may like this set because the dies do coordinate nicely. That's that one. There is 2 leaves, meaning that you can die cut 2 at once, which is really good. Just going to grab some washi tape too. Now these dies, you can see they hug the image. There we go. So you line them up around the stamped image and they should hug that stamped outline, but they do cut a little bit of a distance away from the stamped outline. Oh, I'm going to sneeze. Bless me, excuse me. Same with the flowers. Oh dear. Oh, did anyone count? Is that 3? I should be done if I'm at 3. Thank you, Tanya. Now, if you're enjoying this stamp set or enjoy watching me use the stamp set, I do have an online class featuring the stamp set. All you need to do is purchase the stamp set from me and I will provide a video and supplies to make 3 projects twice. Now I'm just going to go run these through my die cutting machine. I'll be right back. There'll be one more run through just to get the other leaves and the other flower. Thank you, Megan, and thank you, Karen, for the bless you. Ooh. Don't need that one. Just put that all away straight away. Okay, so you meant if your place flooded, then Brisbane would be completely... Oh, right. Got ya. Yes. Well, that's a good spot to be, but not good for the rest of Brisbane. There we go. I've got friends on the Central Coast who lived not far from where we lived when we lived there, and my goodness, they are flooded into their house. They literally need to swim out to get anywhere. It's been lots of photos posted and shared, and it's quite incredible and scary in some respects. I'll be right back. There we go. Now, everything's very pink, 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 pink. Ooh, there we go. And now for assembly. I'm going to start. Well, I will be putting that underneath there, but here's I don't like when there's lots of little thin details and then you use the liquid glue, because that's my favorite, but it oozes out. So what I have discovered recently is that add the glue and then let it set a little bit before gluing together. A bit like you do for the sequins, my trick for the sequins. Okay, and I still haven't decided. Card base. Let's try white. I think that'll be quite nice. So this is how I prepare my card bases. That down. I will lift the camera up for this. There we go. This is Whisper White Thick, and main thing is to be able to see there. And half of an A4 piece is 148.5 millimeters, and that's why I've got that marked there. And I score. First, lovely lipstick. Yes, I thought about a lovely lipstick base, but I thought it would be too pink. I kind of want the white to dominate. Megan, what do you think? We can try the lovely lipstick. It's right here. And half this way is 10.5. So I'm just cutting. Let's grab and prep a lovely lipstick base as well. And we can decide. Is that 10.5 already? Yes, so all I need to do is score this piece. So still eeny, meeny, miny, mo. I will fold both. Where did my bone folder go? There it is. And this one. Now that has dried a little bit, so I can just go in and place it down. And now none of the, what is the measurement in inches? Megan, inches, really? I'm actually kind of surprised. For A4 paper, it's almost, oh, see, it's in between. It's in between. It's, ooh, let's say 5.5, 5 3/4, 7/8. It's almost 5 7/8 inches, and 4 16. So that's 15 out of 16 inches. What's 15 16ths? 3 and that's probably not helpful. Sorry, Megan. I do work in inches sometimes. I understand, but not quite all the time. Okay, now we'll do a little bit of a vote. There's the rough layout on the Whisper White. So give me a thumbs up if you like the Whisper White. And here is the same layout on the lovely lipstick. And give me a love heart if you prefer the lovely lipstick. So lovely lipstick, Whisper White. So thumbs up for the Whisper White. Oh good, you use centimeters. And love heart for the lovely lipstick. And I'll move this down again. I've got a thumbs, and I did see a few love hearts. Any more votes, opinions? you'll just use centimeters. It is a bit easier. With my online class though, I do provide everything pre-cut and pre-scored, so you won't need to worry about any measurements. I'm not seeing any more. Maybe a layer of lovely lipstick on the white. That is a... So there we go. I've got a lovely lipstick base there, and I like that. Perfect. Perfect, Megan. Fantastic solution. And I want this to come off a bit. So I'm going to give that a trim. And this is where the little mini trimmer comes in wonderful. Let's see, how wide is this? It's almost 5 inches. If I go that, oh, it's too severe for mine. 5 centimeters. I'm going to go down. Always, what is it? Measure twice and cut once, or if you're not sure, cut glue. The finger waving was, I need my glue. Little Miss started ballet lessons this morning, so I'm a little tired because that required to get her to school earlier than I'm used to. For some, it's not so early. And honestly, when I was in high school, I was on a bus by then. But these days it was early, so speech is not. Thank you, Megan. I'm glad you like that. Yes, I like the proportions there. So if you're not sure how much you want to cut off less, and you can always cut off more. Actually, I might just cut a slightly more up to that point. Now, I'll go to 6 centimeters to make that an even number. Yes, it is exciting. She will be doing dance as well, so it'll be our lives. Oh, I'm loving this. Just not sure if I want to put that on dimensionals or not. Oh, I like that. Let's see. We'll put this one on dimensionals. And little man cannot wait for the soccer to start. So we've just enrolling process at the moment, which is all very exciting, but we've got a new team to play with. We've been playing futsal with some of them over the summer term, so it's all happening around here. Now I want that flower. Now I'm lining up this edge to be on the edge of the pink, the lovely lipstick. Right, so I want that flower there. And what I'm going to do is just, because I don't want to move it, I'm going to add the glue in like that. Now I've purposely only glued the center so that we can slot in some leaves afterwards. Now I would like some dimension on this. And there we go. Pretty. And I really liked that there, so that meant we need a dimensional on this side. Hello Vicky, how are you? We're using the painted poppies for those who are joining. Hello, welcome. I'm so happy to have you join me. We're creating a card using the painted poppies, and I will be entering these cards into some design challenges. So one of the challenge was the color theme, pink, red and white, and that's why I am using this particular palette today. Oh, I love the placement. Perfect. And I like elements not to be fully stuck down. Hello Doreen. Lovely to see you here. There we go. There, and one last one, and I don't know about what about you ladies, but I think this card deserves a little bit of sparkle and bling. So I'm going to grab my box of goodies. Oh, and I have not used the champagne rhinestones yet. This is the perfect opportunity to use them. Oh, close that up and let's see. I might colour them first. Grab the lovely lipstick. So I've taken my Stamping Blends in dark lovely lipstick and I'm going to colour. I know I could use the basic rhinestones, but I think with the pink undertones it's going to look a little bit different. I'm just trying to work out which ones I want. Ooh, I like to use the brush end for this. So I feel like it's more pinker. Pinker, is that a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 will be perfect. And where's my take your pick tool? There it is. How pretty is that? Ooh. That here. Put that one down here. And there. Ta-da! And there we have it. A very pink poppy project. But no project is complete until we finish the inside, is it? And the envelope. Now let's complete that. And lucky for me, I have one more flower and leaf here, which I've been taking lately. I've really been enjoying adhering things to the inside. Thank you, Vicky. I'm going to just take the mini trimmer again and trim that off. And we'll add that to the inside of the card. Super pretty. Thank you, Megan. There we go. And the leaf. Ooh. Now what are you doing? Flying down. I trimmed my nails. I can't get that up now. Or did I glue that down really well? I glued it down really well too. Another use for the spatula of the Take Your Pick tool. Now, was that on camera? Yes, it was. And just the envelope. Envelope flap or front? What do we think? The flap, envelope flap or front? I think envelope flap. We'll do one of my favorites. I'm going to, so what I've done is tuck the envelope flap on the edge of this grid paper, and I'm going to take that. Hello Jenny, thank you for joining me. We're on the tail end, but you'll see the project in a second. So I'm taking the Field of Poppies stamp and I'm going to stamp that all over the envelope flap, as so. There, perfect. Thank you, Tanya. Close that, and I should clean my stamp just in case, because knowing my luck, I'll put it down somewhere and then go, whoops, I've got ink on something I don't need. Perfect. That is our project for today. And I'll just do some housekeeping. Thank you so much for watching. So I have a painted Poppies online class, and that is $40 plus postage. Thank you, Vicky. And just you simply order online, and you have until Saturday, and cut off is Saturday the 15th. Thank you, Megan. And to order, you can shop. There are 3 different ways to order. You can, one, online, 24/7, in the comfort of your own home at bit.ly/shop with Tatiana, with the capital T, W, and S. 2 is email, which is stamping@tatianacreative.com.au, or you can message me here on Facebook or on YouTube if you're watching there, and let me know that you'd like to participate. It's got 3 gorgeous projects designed by myself, Angie Mackenzie from the United States, and Danielle Casing from the Netherlands. We've together come to create the projects. They're stunning. They use some of the DSP. I'm providing all the supplies, but you do have to be in Australia to purchase it from me. Is that all in screen? Yep, perfect. Thank you so much for joining me and spending time with me this morning. I hope you have a wonderful week, and I will catch you at my next live. My next creativity time is Wednesday at 10 a.m. Or you can watch the final final lesson of Let's Talk About Colouring on Monday night at 8 p.m. Bye for now.